everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby. Today I'm going to be doing a Disney College Program phone interview, questions, answers. No one asked me questions, but these are my answers, and just like an overview of how my interview went, all my thoughts, and my advice to you. So thank you for watching, and let's get into the video. Yesterday marks officially 1 month until I move to Disney World, which is crazy. I move in Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. Me, my mom, and my grandma are actually going to be going down a little earlier to like get everything accumulated, but I'm really excited. It literally still has not dawned on me that I'm going to live and work at Disney World. Like I'm still shocked to my core. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. Anyway. But yeah, it's been about 3 months since my phone interview, so bear with me, but I'm gonna try my best to remember everything that we talked about, and yeah. So like I said, it was 3 months ago. My interview was on Tuesday, September 16th, and it was about 3:45 p.m. Well, it was scheduled at 3:45, so that brings me to my first point. Disney is going to call you. They have a 15-minute interval before and after your call time. So since mine was 3:45, they could have called me from 3:30 to 4 o'clock. And they kind of do that to keep you on your toes and also just to make sure you're prepared. It's their first little like test for you. So I would say just be ready. I had sat down at my desk. I had my phone plugged in, so I made sure there was no possibility that it would die. I had water just to make sure I was hydrated. I had, which I have it in front of me here, the doc I made for my phone interview. I did a lot of research, so I wrote down what my interviewer's name was as soon as he picked up the phone. I'll note that in a minute. And then I wrote down like reminders to myself: don't have a poor attitude, don't be negative, don't show lack of preparation. I wrote down my top 5 roles. I knew what my top 5 roles were, but just in case I was asked again or I forgot. I wrote down 3 positive things about me and 3 negative things about me, because I had heard, or a lot of people had said that they were asked that. And I kind of wrote down like why I want to work for Disney, why I'm qualified this. And I ended up not even using this. Like everybody says that the conversation kind of just flows. It's very, you're not aware of like how time is moving when you're being interviewed, but it goes very fast. So be ready. That's what I had with me. He called me at 3:46, a minute after my call time, so I was kind of freaking out. I was hoping that it wouldn't be until like 3:59, but I picked up the phone right on the first ring. Do not wait until like the last ring. Don't let it ring 3 times. I don't understand why people would like make an interviewer wait. I haven't heard of anybody doing this, but I was thinking about that. I was like, why would you wait to pick up the phone? It's just gonna make you seem unprepared. It's gonna make you seem like you weren't ready. So don't do that. That's my opinion. But when you pick up the phone, your interviewer is gonna introduce themselves. So let's say my interviewer's name was Michael. Hi, this is Michael from the Disney College Program. Is this Gabby O'Leary? Da 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 da. And then you're like, yes, this is. And he's like, oh, hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? My first note, please be kind and welcoming. Be be respectful, be courteous, but still be warm. That is what they want from a Disney cast member. From the minute you pick up the phone, they are evaluating everything you say and testing you. So you want to make a good impression with every single word you say. And they're listening for your tone. They're listening for how you can react to questions. Like, everything is loaded, basically. And I don't do well under pressure whatsoever, so you can imagine how nervous I was. But, you know, I got in, so by some miracle. Anyway, yeah, and then he'll kind of just verify all of your personal information, like what college you go to, how old you are, your major, and then once they verify all of that, he kind of does like a program overview. Like, are you aware you'll be working and living in Orlando, Florida at Walt Disney World? Are you aware that you'll be working in extreme heat, standing? Are you aware like you'll be dealing with guests, stuff like that? And that went on for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then finally he asked me what my favorite park was, my favorite attraction, and my favorite character. And he kind of used those as prompts to the next questions. The next questions were rank your top 3 to 5 roles. My advice for this, if you do not already know what your top, I would say get 5. Because you never know how, they could ask you for 1 or they could ask you for 4. You never know how many they're going to ask you, like what your top ones are, so be prepared. I would go to the Disney Careers website if you don't already know what that is. It shows you every role possible on the program and what it entails. There's even like nice little videos that show you in that role, so that's really nice. And yeah, be prepared. Like I said, I have my top 5 written down. And so I told him my top 3. He asked for my top 3. Mine were attractions, photo pass, and children's recreation activities. And yeah. And then he kind of used the questions like park, character, attraction to prompt those. So for example, attractions was the number 1. And my favorite attraction, I told him, is Cosmic Rewind. So he asked me, say you are working on Cosmic Rewind and a small child is not able to ride the ride because they're not tall enough. How would you handle that? How would you tell the guests? And I kind of went through how I would do that. And then he asked me for recreations. Say you're working at a resort doing a trivia for guests. How would you make that entertaining for them? For photo pass, like how would you make an anniversary photo shoot romantic? Stuff like that. And think about don't just speak, because guys, I thought my interview went so bad because I just started talking. I just started yapping and I wouldn't stop, because when I'm nervous I talk. So I just kept saying stuff, and luckily he liked what I was saying. And then he kind of did like basic program questions. He only asked me like 3 or 4, I'm not kidding. My interview, okay, I'll get into that. He asked me like, are you comfortable living with roommates? Are you comfortable living and working in the Florida weather, which is heat and rain, basically. Humidity. And just basic stuff like that. Like I said, I barely got asked any basic questions like that compared to other people. Most people get asked, or some common questions I've seen is like, do you have any tattoos? Piercings, which I have a nose piercing and 3 tattoos. And he didn't ask me, but I'm taking my nose, everything is fine. Like, I'm taking this out, but stuff like that. I was not asked. So that's another reason my interview was like maybe 12 minutes. Most people's interviews are from 15 to 30 from what I've seen. So that really made me nervous, but I guess he really liked my answers because we were one and done. Anyway, and then finally at the end of the interview he asked me if I had any questions. I would recommend asking a question. If you have already one about the program or about Disney, yeah, ask one. But if you don't have one and you just need to say something, if you ask like a good question, that's gonna leave like a good taste in their mouth from your interview. Does that make sense? Like everything you said, they're gonna kind of have rose-colored glasses on. So I actually put a lot of thought into the question I was gonna ask, because I knew I wanted to ask something, but I wanted it to be original. I didn't want to ask something that other people have asked. So I thought about it for a while. And it actually came to me while I was in the bathtub. I was laying there after work and I was like so zen, and I thought of it. My question was, what song makes you think of Disney? Because music to me is very therapeutic and it soothes me, and like I rely on music a lot, I feel like. And when I miss Disney, or like when I'm want to feel the magic, this is so cringy, I'm sorry, or like when I want to feel like I'm at Disney, you know, I listen to the songs that remind me. I have 73 billion Disney music playlists, and it's not even like just Disney songs. Like, yes, there's Disney songs, but there's like songs that, like, there's a lot of Fleetwood Mac, because their music makes me feel like I'm at Epcot. I'm going into way too much depth with this, I'm sorry. Anyway, I asked him what song makes him think of Disney, and he really liked my question. He said he's never been asked it before. He laughed, like, I could just tell it made him happy, and I liked that. I brought him joy, I guess. So, I'm not saying to copy my question, like, I don't know. And I'm not saying to come up with anything outlandish either. Don't be like, what's the circumference of Expedition Everest's highest peak? Don't, well, if you want to, you can, but I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, try to, and something that connects to you is heartfelt, because I feel like that would, his reaction was better than what I would have imagined it to be. I thought he would just be like, oh, da 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 da. So, and I feel like that left our interview on a good note. And then finally he was like, well, thank you so much for talking to me. I hope you have a great day. And I said, thank you so much for calling me, Michael. Thank you for this opportunity. Have a great day. My last point to you is, remember your interviewer's name, like I said, write it down and use it at the end of the interview. Or even just use it throughout the interview, like referencing him or your interviewer. Because if they see that you remember their name, Disney is really big on names. And they're really big on the first name basis because of Walt. So you really want to use that to your advantage. And yeah, looking back at it now, my interview did go good. But initially, I was a wreck. Like I'm not kidding. 5 seconds after he hung up, I was so stressed and I was so full of emotion that I just started bawling. I bawled for 2 hours. I bawled in the shower while listening to Frank Ocean with the lights in the pitch black. I went and got Sonic and bawled in the car. Like, it was bad. But I think that really showed to me how badly I wanted it. But yes, I'm just very thankful. I'm very blessed to be accepted. I thank Jesus because he knows how badly I want this, and I'm so excited. And yeah, so yeah, a month from yesterday, I'm really excited. I have some more videos planned. I'm going to be doing a DCP bucket list and DCP role and location reveal, because I have all that information now. I'm keeping it from you though. Gatekeeping. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell down below to get notifications when I upload a new video. It's hard to say. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, and goodbye.